here, Buddie Roots, the captain of this ship, whatever you want to call me. Cornelius, the great one. Well, right now I'm just about to make this quick video. Just want to give a special shout out to all the fans and everybody that loves my music. This is actually a request that I've been getting quite frequently, is to make a video and show how I do my music. People have been telling me I should do that for a while, so I said, hey, I'm working on this new song, this new project. Why not start it off like this, right? So I'm gonna go through. I'm not actually gonna make the beat right now. I'll do that. I'm gonna do another one later, but I'm gonna show you basically the format, everything, how I do mine. I don't know how everybody else does theirs, but this is just how I've been doing my thing since I was like a little kid. The thought just comes to my head, and as it comes to my head, I start to lay it down, and then it starts to come together. So, you guys can let me know what you think. I'll sing out all the pieces. I'll show you everything that I'm doing. I got nothing to hide, I guess, if you want to say so. But this is how I make my music. So when you hear me on my songs, when I'm playing live, this is how everything starts right here. Either it starts with acoustic guitar, or it starts with a thought in my head. All right, so yeah, let's go. What you want to do is you want to find your tempo. So right here, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. All right, so right here, you see 56. I got 56 beats per minute. That's the tempo. All right, so let's hear it. Yeah, so kind of slow. You know what I mean? But I like mine to, with this song, this is the vibe that I was feeling. And you'll see how it plays out. All right, so that's the tempo that I got set for it. All right, so then the next thing the first thing that I laid down was this right here. Those are the hi-hats. All right, so I had to get those hi-hats because I was hearing on my head. Like I was hearing that in my head, like when I was bouncing to the vibe that was going on. Like this is what I'm hearing in my head. This is the first thing I heard. So I had to get that down. Got my tempo, make sure I got everything on point when I do it. And in the next video, I'll show you more of how I do everything, All right, so yeah, you got that right there. So then after that, I was like, ooh, I like that, right? All right, so I'll give you a sneak peek. All right, so then the next thing I want to do was I want to get that everything along the tempo. Everything's got to line up with the tempo. You can put your own swing on it, you know what I mean? So that, it has a good vibe. But I wanted mine to be like that. Like we marching. We coming for you. Yeah. Like warriors. Them coming. Alright? So then you put those two together, and that's what you get right there. And once you got that, once you got the basic tempo of the song laid, you know what I mean? You can kind of like take the metronome off, but you might want to add the snare first. So you see, okay. So you see, the first thing I'm focusing on is the drums. I'm doing it track by track. This first one I got right here, that's the hi-hat. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and label that hi-hat. All right, let's label this. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to label this one kick. Okay, all right. That's the kick drum. Alright. So we got your hi-hats, you got your kick drum, and then this one right here is a snare. Okay? So let's hear what we got going for the snare. Yeah, let's do this first. Let's stop this. And let's just hear it by itself, because it's always good to hear how it. So then we add these two back. All right, so, and you see right here at the top, I just got the loop from 1 to 5. You know, that's how I do it. I just take it and I just loop it, because that's going to be the consistent of the rhythm of the beat. So I just loop it. Like when I add guitar tracks and certain things like that, like down here, audio 5, you see this? You can see that's my vocal that I laid on it. And here, I'll shorten it for you. When I record, I just go all the way through. I don't stop. I just record all the way through. And when I do my guitars, I do it all the way through. If I use a live bass guitar or something, I'll just record it all the way through to give it that live good feel, so it has more energy to the song. And that's what music is all about, right? It's good energy. So this is just how I produce mine. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, now we got that. You see, the first thing I did was I did the hi-hat, then I did the kick, and now I added the snare. And we can take the metronome off so you can really hear how it's coming along. Alright. So then right here, what I wanted to do was, I wanted to like, I just felt like it wasn't enough for me, you know? Like, that's cool, but it needs something, you know? So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and add this bass. Let's see what this bass is talking about. This is the order that I did everything. So I said, let's put the bass in there. Alright, so let's stop the beat right quick so I can let you hear the bass. Alright, so now I put the bass. Boom. Boom bass. Ooh-wee. Rastafi come for him quota. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. What's that? See, now we starting to get a little something going. You know what I mean? A little something. You got that bass. But you know, I was thinking that it didn't sound full enough. Like, it sounded empty. Like, you can put more on it. You know, but I can make this still funky all in itself, right? So what I said I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add like some hi-hats, or I mean not some hi-hats, but like some extra sound. So that's when I went and I got me some hand drums. Alright, so while I was recording right now, my phone started dying, but we're back now, setting the good vibes and things. Got the hand drums going. So what I did is connected my keyboard, and I decided to put in some hand drums right here. So let's label this. Make sure we label everything. Hand drum. Whoop. There we go. Kind of messed up a little bit. All right, so that's the hand drum, right? And then I wanted to add something else with that. I wanted to add like a shake. And I mean, when I first mixed them, or when I first laid all of these tracks, I didn't have any reverb or anything like that on it. The first thing I do is I just mix the sound down itself to get the desired sound I want, and then I add all the reverb and effects if I even add that on it later. A lot of times I don't even like to add a lot of stuff like that. I like that raw sound, you know. But adding a little reverb on these things, I feel it gives it a little bit more presence. It helps your beat bang out a little bit more. You know, I heard a lot of people do different things like that. So, you know, you can give it a try. I ain't no professional or nothing like that. I'm just doing my thing. But yeah, so I got this little shake thing right here going. And I always do everything with the metronome on so I can try to fill in the spaces. And if you put these together, and then let's hear how it sounds with the bass. Let's take the metronome off, yeah? Yeah, that sounds nice, huh? Alright, so we got all of that stuff together. We got the drums, that, right? So then the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to add some keys. You know, I don't have my guitars with me, but I do have my keys. I always play keys. That's my first love. So I want to add some keys in there just to kind of give it that sound, you know what I mean? So let's see. Let's play with these keys a little bit, shall we? Now, if you listen to the bass line, you hear that's a minor bass line. Right? But this is major chords. That's just the way that I heard it in my head. Yeah, it was like C or something like that, I believe. So yeah. So yeah, that's that. That's basically the whole beat. Okay, so let me explain to you what we're doing here. Alright, with these keys. This is just, I'm just hitting the note once. And right there, that's the same note. And then we just two notes, that's it. Just make sure you get them on point with the metronome, so it doesn't sound bad. You would have a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and a 8 and a 9 and a 10 and a, yeah. See? It's real important to get your timing and everything right. Yeah. Okay? So, now that I have that, right, I decided to loop that. See, I just do it in, it's the same thing I did in the beginning. I just looped 1 through 5 and I just take it right here. And I took this part right here, this whole thing here, just copied and pasted it. Boom. Added keys. And then when we get right here, we start to change up a little bit. Alright, so let me explain to you what I do. Just to like give it a little flavor, make it sound a little funky. You know what I mean? So, right here you have the bass. And that's what we're going to focus on. Because that's what I'm changing. Everything else, the hi-hats, kick, the snare, hand drums, they all stay the same. They all do the same thing. Only thing I'm changing right now is the bass. So listen. This is how it sounds first, okay? Alright? So that's the original. So now I'm gonna take the keys out and I'm gonna change the bass line. That's all I'm gonna do. Let's replay that for you. So that's the only thing I'm changing. Keep everything else the same. And then when you go into this next part here, you change the keys. But you go back to the old bass line, but make the keys minor. But that's the same bass line as before. Remember, we had the keys major. See? Then you take the keys back to major. Right? Okay. So that's how I break it down. I just change the keys, change the bass, change the bass line, change the keys to minor, drop the keys out a little bit, put the keys back in here. Just get creative. See how I got this laid out? Yeah, so this beat, if y'all really want it, it'll be available tomorrow everywhere. Spotify, you can bump it. I even put a link on this video on the YouTube so you can go get the beat. You can go download it for free if you give me a like or something. We'll figure something out. We can come to some kind of deal, right? But yeah, this will be a free beat. You can go make music over it, whatever. It's mine. I know it's mine, and the whole world knows it's mine. So go do what you do. But the song Desesitized will be dropping on the 22nd of this month, which is September 2017. So be on the lookout.
Well, that's because him now know the temperature is rising. You see him now know